How's it going, everybody? I is Reaper 31 here, and welcome you back to the Master League here on PES 17 with Venezia. Last episode was another poor display for the Lions. It must be said for Ericsson's side. They just can't seem to get their heads wrapped around this 4-2-3-1 formation, and we've only been able to manage to score 2 goals in the whole month of September. And our defense has been probably just as bad as it's always been. But that being said, we've got 4 matches in this episode to go over. The first 3 are just going to be quick highlights of the goals, and then we will feature the final match of October on Halloween. So first things first, we'll go to the game board and see what we need to do for this upcoming fixture. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 4, so we managed to avoid the dilemma. We have a manager's luck. Oh dear, we have to go to dilemma. So this is the first time we have ever landed on a dilemma here, and this is the 39th episode of this Master League with the game board, and we have never hit the dilemma once. So the dilemma says we have to lose a scouting instruction. So out of all the dilemmas, that's probably the least impactful. We do have transfer bans and releasing players on for disciplinary actions as well. We do have the get out of dilemma card. However, I'm okay with losing a scout at this point because right now we've got a full squad and it's not going to impact me that much if we lose a scout. So we'll go ahead and just take the scout off the board and eat this dilemma for this upcoming match. All right, as you can see, we've got all 3 scouts scouting at the moment, so it's a bit of a shame that we get to lose one, but at the same time, I'm not too bothered because there's really not much we can do at this point as far as improving the squad, but that will hurt us bringing in, finding players to bring in if we need to strengthen the side.
And here are the highlights for the first matchup against Livorno, as we ended up losing 2-0 here. First goal came in the 14th minute here as Stoian wins the header as our defense failed to clear it, and he buries it home on the second chance. The champs could do nothing about that one. So already, once again, finding ourselves getting off to a rough start. But we did try to find our way back into the game. 23rd minute was our first chance. Ball crossed into the box. Longo heads it, but not on target. As Longo continues to struggle starting this campaign. Sala took a crack from distance, troubled the keeper, and a nice effort. Palaversa hits the post. It was the closest we got to on target the whole match. And now Zuccolini trying to find space in the 30th minute. We were definitely on the offensive there after that goal, but we just could not find the target. Rizzo from the 33rd minute with a nice strike from distance. Then in the 35th minute, a failed clearance leads to the second goal here as Marias finds the ball after a turnover by Esposito in the midfield. Leads to another goal, and that was going to be it for Livorno. They were in control after that. We could not generate anything. 82nd minute, a good save for Champs, keeps another one out of the net. But then once again, just poor defensive clearance was the name of this game, and Rizzo with another strike in the 87th minute. Then Marussia took down our man at the end of the game, got his yellow card.
With Matchday 7 in the books, the table looks like this. We are down to 19th now with our 5th loss in the campaign. Our defense has been the biggest letdown here. We keep letting in goals from just costly mistakes in the midfield. And Livorno jump up to 11th place with that victory. It's time once again to roll the dice for the next match. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We put a transfer bid in, so that means we could find somebody off our short list and put in a bid for him. Let's put a bid on him, see if he's willing to come to Venezia.
And here are the highlights from the second match against Pordenone. It ended in a 0-0 draw. 3rd minute was our first chance on that. Now Pierre trying to strike from distance. Not too far off as it flashed in front of the keeper, but not on target once again. And then the 11th minute, Pordenone gets their first good opportunity. Some good, just little quick passing through the middle, but the shot just sails wide past the 4 post by number 9 there. Endu gets an opportunity, hits a nice one from distance, rattles off the crossbar. Pierre again finds the woodwork once again there in the 32nd minute. Ricori gets fortunately booked in the 37th minute for a foul. And This game was just kind of back and forth the entire time, and here Porter One's probably best opportunity there. Referee allows the play to continue off an obvious foul, and luckily Calda One cannot finish. Longo in the 58th minute, his goal-scoring drought continues here. Is getting service. He gets a header close on target, but no dice. Then in the 90th minute, Lapierre gets an unfortunate yellow card, and that will wrap up this match.
Well, match day 8 in the books, and unfortunately there's no highlights to show because we ended in a 0-0 draw to Porter 1. They dropped down to 12th place with their result. Not a very proficient team, but man, they're really good defensively. Us, on the other hand, our defense is still woeful, but we managed to, because of our first draw of the season, we managed to jump up to 17th. Time to roll the dice once again here for the third match of this episode. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 2. All right, Youth Academy. This is where we would sign somebody from our Youth Academy, and if we can't, which we probably will look to see if we can add them to our short list of players. We're going to settle on Hibbert. We're going to add him to our short list as more depth midfield, because that is where we're really lacking on our youth team, is just depth in the midfield. So go ahead and add him to the short list and see if we can get him signed when a spot opens up.
Here are the highlights from the matchup between Vitrus and Entella Venezia at home. It started out in the 15th minute once again, making a defensive turnover there on our back line, leads to a goal as Medicus buries at home thanks to Dez's frontline pressure, getting the ball back. And we were playing catch-up for all of this match, it seemed like. It didn't look like it was going to go our way. But Lapierre in the 17th minute here takes a nice strike from distance. Actually finds some space here. Tries to flash it in front of the goal, but he cannot find the back of the net. Then in the 35th minute, Firenze comes in as the ball works its way from the wing, header up, and again, just not on target, just flashing out wide. Crimi gets booked in the 38th minute for a foul on our man, and then Longo, 87th minute, finally breaks his goal-scoring drought here. A nice little ball worked down the wing by Andu, finds him, and then he just rattles it off the inside of the post and in as the keeper was diving.
Matchday 9 is in the books, and here's how the table shakes out. Another draw for Ericsson's side. We'll hold steady in 17th. Our second state draw, and eventually we did get a goal as well. And our opponents, Entella, still remain winless on the season. They're down at the bottom. So some of the poor defensive teams, slugging it out here at Matchday 9. It's time for the final dice roll of this episode. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 4. 3, 4. We get a transfer loan list. So that means we can add a player that's on the transfer the loan list to our short list. Going across the transfer list board, I see Reina here from the United States. So I'd be very interested in bringing somebody from the U.S. into the squad. 18 years old. Looks to be a good fit for us potentially. So let's bring him in on the short list.
Here are the highlights from the Perugia match. Unfortunately, audio issues have kept us from showing the full match highlights of this one. And it started at the 22nd minute. We got a nice goal on net from Capello, forces a save. And then Capello again, 25th minute, wins the ball high up the pitch, but unfortunately cannot curl it around the keeper. That was our best chance of the day, as we struggled offensively in this one, as Perugia were putting the pressure on us going forward, and we were drawing some fouls there. 27th minute, then in the 57th minute, Zuccolini gets called for the foul as well. Final chance of the match for us came in the 68th minute from Longo, forcing a save. And then Perugia, best chance, 86th minute, hits the woodwork.
And with the 10th match day in the books, the table shakes out like this. Perugia stay 4th, despite it keeping a good defensive record of 8 goals and 8-4. Us, on the other hand, we've had 2 clean sheets this month, so it was positive, but then we're just not scoring enough either. We're still -7 on the goal tally, which puts us in the bottom half. So our defense seems to be improving, but we just don't seem to have the offense clicking at the moment. And this month will show it exactly. Now this is even worse than September, because at least in September we scored 2 goals. This time we only scored 1. We lost earlier in the month to Livorno. Then we went on 3 straight draws. So we got 3 points out of it, but it's not going to be enough if we're going to sustain, make a challenge at this point. We're looking very sus at the moment to make any noise this season. It's time to wrap up the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Another struggle of a month here is now we are now heading into November in the next episode. At least we're not losing games, but we're not scoring either, which is another big concern of Ericsson's had. I'm glad we got the defense sorted out, but it seems the offense just isn't there at the moment. We just don't seem to have the oomph up front to score goals, and it's really going to cost us here, the campaign. I mean, last season we were a strong side because we could at least keep up with teams and break them down, but I think Ericsson's got his hands full right now getting this side playing at a level where they need to be competitive, because right now we're still a bottom half to maybe lucky a mid-table season if we don't turn it around. But next episode should be a good one. Looks like we got the league leaders up next, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and had a few highlights here and there, but not much to talk about this month. Once again, we seem to be struggling as the team is still kind of gelling together, but there were some positives. Just need to keep pressing forward, and we'll go from there. Anyways, I'd like to thank all of you for watching so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more content. And as always, folks, take care, and I will see you guys next time.